Hi,
Hello.
good to be with you again.
Yes.
Yep, for our daily reflection. And today, Jenny, it's coming from...
Today it's from a Psalm of David, Psalm 34, verse 8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him.
And did you have a look to see what the context was?
Well, the beginning of the psalm, it says of David, when he pretended to be insane before Abimelech, who drove him away and he left.
Okay. So,
I actually don't remember that story.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'll have to go and look it up now.
yeah, David's a bit of a character, isn't he?
Oh, he definitely is a character.
Happy
He does all sorts of
happy to
crazy
look insane, dribbling at the mouth, I dare say, or foaming or frothing at the mouth, or doing something. Being a
bit of an
silly.
escape. I can't say that I've ever used that as an escape to get out of anything.
No, I don't think I have, but I've seen it in films a bit. And so obviously this is David's written this after his feigning and pretending to be insane and just saying that God's been good to rescue him.
In fact, the verse before it says, the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and he delivers them. So he really sees, even though he was, tricked, did the trick and feigned insanity, actually he's not taking the credit for himself. He's saying that the Lord delivered him.
You must have helped him act well or something.
Must have done.
Dribble a little bit better or something.
Or pull the wool over Abimelech's eyes or something,
But taste and see that the Lord is good. It's really an invitation, isn't it? There's a bit of an invitation. His experience has been that God's rescued him, but he's encouraging others in writing it down to say, hey, how about you have a try of God or test God out? I don't think put God to the test, the Bible says don't do that, but there's a sense in which he's encouraging people to have a go.
Yep. And blessed is the one who takes refuge. So it's okay. It's good. It's a good thing to take refuge in the living God because he can give you help in time of trouble.
When you need to look as if you're insane.
or when you're suffering, he can bless you. And what does blessing look like? Well, that's going to change from one person to the next. But it is good to remember that the Lord is good.
And I think this is an invitation, and particularly, here in Hobart, where 40% of the population says that they don't have any religion or no belief at all. I'm sure they have beliefs, they just haven't thought about it much. Is that people haven't tasted.
Yep, they haven't checked it out. They haven't looked into it and discovered.
That's right. And so there's a lovely invitation here from God via David to come and try God. See, and I wonder if in this COVID-19 with the isolation and the ongoing, not in our homes so much, but certainly isolation from the rest of the world in terms of travel. We've got internet and Netflix, so we're not quite as isolated as once we might have been. But I wonder if this is causing people to think. I know a lot of people are fearful and scared at this particular point in time about the history, about the future of humanity, and this is a good invitation for people. Taste and see what God is like. Have a go. Have a rethink about it all. And the conclusions that you've drawn about God already, maybe it's time to rethink that.
To have a look at that and look into who he is really. And does he really have an impact on people? And does he want us to do things which give him glory? That's a good question to ask.
God causes the sun to rise, so God causes us to have food to eat. God sustains things, so maybe people have got a chance to rethink about that.
Yeah, some people would just say, though, well, God causes the sun to rise, but surely it's just that the earth revolves again for another 24 hours. What's going on with that?
Yeah, well, scientists are now starting to realise maybe there's something behind all this, because why does it just actually continue? What's going on? Yes, we can observe a clock and think, isn't it wonderful that it keeps working? But then what about the genius that sort of creates it all? But I think this is also a good invitation, not just for those who don't believe in God, but even for those who do. What does it mean to lean into God a bit more? What is it to not be locked in by your preconceived ideas of what God, who God and how God acts, but to be ready to explore a bit more, take refuge in God, trust God, and see what God does as you do that. It's certainly been our experience that God has proved faithful consistently, time after time after time, as we have put our trust and taken refuge in him. So I think that's the encouragement for all of us, isn't it? Taste and see that the Lord is good. Have a go. Try it out. Try him out.
Psalm 34, verse 8. So, yeah.